Other students, now we are doing question number 14. Till now, till question 13, whatever sums I have done, students have done with the direct method. If you remember, I have told you that there are three methods. The first is your direct, till now what we have done. Second is the shortcut method. And third is the step deviation method. I have told you that whatever method you will do, the answer will be same only. So till now, till 13 questions you are on direct method. I have told you that when they do mention, normally I go for direct method. You can go for shortcut also, step deviation also. As the name suggests, is shortcut. Shortcut is not the sum is short. It means that the calculations will be definitely easy. There is a second shortcut and last is step deviation. So now question 14 they have mentioned that they want to solve by step deviation method. So now first I will start with your step deviation method. What is step deviation? Over here, step deviation means how we used to find till now fx. Here students, can you see what is the f and what is the x? So you will say, sir, go to x and y, how will you come to know? So you can see there is a regular pattern in your x. 5, 10, 15, that means continuously there is a gap of 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Here, there is no such uniform gap. So wherever there is a uniform gap, you can take that as your x and the other thing as your f. So till now it's a normal sum. I can solve this sum by direct method also, but here they have specified step deviation method, so I'll go for it. Now step deviation method means what? In this, we will assume the mean. That means before solving only, we'll assume a certain number as your mean. Now tell me students, mean will come from where? In case we want to assume mean, you will assume it from the observation or from the frequency. So I have told you earlier also, whatever it may be, mean, mode or median, everywhere where your answer will be from the observation only. Mean, mode, median, the answer from the observation only. That means you will assume now a certain number as your mean from the observation. Now this is which number to be assumed? So you have to assume the number which is in between, exactly in the middle. So why sir, why can't we take some other number? You can take any number of your choice. But definitely at the same time when you assume something, we'll assume in such a way that will make your calculation easier. So whenever you select any certain number which is in between from the observation, your calculation definitely become very, very easy. So here if you go to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10. So in between you can take either 5 or the 6th observation. That means either 5th observation or the 6th observation, any one you can take it. So here we can just go for the 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will take my assumed mean as that means we are just assuming from starting only. Okay? Mostly your mean will be what? 25. Because why like we are assuming from the center? Because assume mean is what average. And average is something which is what at the center, the average of everything is the mid value. So we are taking what? 25. It is not necessarily 25, it can be something else also. But we are just assuming. Some students will say, so can we take 30? Yes, you can take 30. But don't take any other value apart from that. You will get the answer of the calculation very tough. So either 25 or 30, you can just see, you can just select whatever you want. And this assumed mean you write as A. So your assumed mean is your 25. Now to use your step deviation method, you have to find T. Now what is T sir? T is nothing but X minus A divided by I. Now what divide this all terms? So obviously we all know one thing. X is what? Your this values. A is 25. And what is I? So I is your interval between two observations. The gap between two observations. So what is your gap between two observations? 5, 10, 15. That means any two observations will take consecutive observation obviously. The gap will be 10 minus 5, 5. 50 minus 10, 5. That means the I over here is 5. That is what the consecutive numbers का gap or interval from the observations. So now we have x also, we have a also, I also. So we have to substitute and get the answer for each. So now first x is how much, students? 5. Okay, I'll just write over here for one first case 5. Okay, then x is 5. Then a is how much? 25 upon the class interval I, which is how much? 5. So 5 minus 25, students, is minus 20 upon 5, and that will be minus 4. That means your first is minus 4. Second, now what is x, students? 10. A will be 25 only, and a is how much? I. Sorry, I is how much? 5. So 10 minus 25 is minus 15, 5 minus 3. 15. 15 minus 25 upon 5, that is minus 10 upon 5, minus 2. Students, now you can see there is no particular pattern. Minus 4, minus 3, minus 2. So obviously now we what? Minus 1, you can check. 20 minus 25 is minus 5, minus 5 is minus 1. Then 0, then 1, then 2, 3, 4 and 5. So you will check, you will get the same answer only, because over here whenever you are doing what your step division method, there is always a pattern, because we are dividing everything by the same number 5. So we will get this particular value for the t. Now what? In a direct method, we used to multiply f into x. Now here we have found separately one more thing, which is t. Now I have to make a use of this also. So now instead of multiplying your x and f, we will multiply f and t. That means I will not multiply f by x, I will multiply f by t, and just see what is the answer. So now, students, just make a note of this. I is the interval between two observations and I is 5. So now the next thing what you find is your f into t. So what is the ft now? F is 20. 20 into minus 4, minus 80, then minus 129, then minus, so sigma ft, and this is your sigma f. So now we'll add. So now students will add all this. So everything we will add, you will get sigma f is 384, and here also we will add everything. Obviously this plus minus. So the final answer will be 214. Now, to find the mean, we have a formula over here. Assume mean plus sigma ft upon sigma f into I. You know what is I is? The regular pattern between the two observations, consecutive observations. So now, if I just go to see, what is your assume mean? 25. What is sigma ft? 214 upon 384 into the class interval 5. So 25 plus 214 into 5 is how much? 1070 divided by 384. Now students, over here don't go for the LCM part. First you have to divide this and this, and take the decimals. After decimal 3 numbers and round off to 2 decimals. I repeat, that means when you divide this, after dividing this, you have to take how many? You have to find 3 decimals, but round off to 2 and then add to 25. So, okay students, now we'll add this over this plus and minus, so answer will be minus 214. So now to find your x bar for by step division method, formula is assume mean plus sigma ft upon sigma f. So now tell me your x bar is assume mean 25, then this is minus 214, 25 plus into minus minus 1070 upon 384. Students, now you don't have to, obviously here you don't have to take LCM. First just divide these two numbers, and after dividing you have to find 3 decimals, round up to 2 decimals, and just add, and then subtract to 25. So 1070 divided by 384 is, after dividing this you get 2.786. After that I find 3 decimals, now round off to 2. So you can see the third one is more than 5. So obviously this number increased by 1. And now 25 minus 2.79 is 22.21. The x bar is 22.21, and this is, we have done the second method, step deviation. What was the difference in this was, first you have to assume something as your assume mean, which will take the mid value. In case if there were 9 observations, I would have taken definitely the fifth one, but here there were 10, so I had two choices, either fifth or sixth. After that, you have to find this t, which is x minus a upon I. What is x? We know. What is a? We have assumed. And what is I? The gap between the two observations, two consecutive observations. And with this, substituting the things, you get the answer as your t. After you get the t, instead of fx, now you multiply ft and get the answer. And then same way, sigma ft, sigma f. After this, to find the x bar by step deviation method, the formula is a plus sigma ft into I. Students, here sigma ft upon sigma f into I. And then we have just assumed, we have to substitute the values. A is 25, sigma ft is minus 214, and this is 384 into the class interval 5, and then the answer. So student, the answer is x bar is 20.21, but here in the question I mentioned that we have to write the answer to the nearest whole number. The nearest whole number we got after decimal. Can you see, students, over here? It is less than 50, so obviously I can just remove this. The nearest whole number is 22. In case if this would have been 22.57, so more than 50, then the answer would have been 23. But here it's less than 50, the answer will be 22 only. So question number 14 also done. Now question number 15, which is again a different method, that is a shortcut method. This will be which method, students, over here? Step deviation method. And now we'll do assume method. This is a step deviation method. Please note it down. And now let's start with the shortcut method. Question of exercise A, 15th question. Now we have to again find the mean by the shortcut method. The third and the final method, shortcut. We have finished direct method. The last summer we have done what, the step deviation method, and last now we are doing what, shortcut method. Now what is shortcut method? In this also, first we have to see what are the observations. We can see 40, 41, 43. There is some particular pattern. And here, obviously, there is no pattern. So this becomes your f, this is your x, they mentioned also. Now from the x, again you will assume what your mean. And which value you will assume? Obviously the mid value. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So which is the mid value, students, over here? The fourth value is the mid value. So you can just say that the assumed mean is 45. That means your assumed mean A is how much? 45. Now here, instead of finding T, you have to find D, which is simple, x minus A. In a step deviation, we have the same thing, x minus A divided by I. Here it's only x minus A. What is x? This. What is the A? 45. And now let's start finding the values. 40 minus 45 is minus 5. 41 minus 45 is minus 4. 43 minus 45 is minus 2. Students, here you can see that we do not have a particular pattern like your step deviation. In step deviation, I have shown you minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. Here, obviously, there is no such pattern because we are not dividing any number over here. There we have divided by the number which was what? Having a common gap. Here we do not have such number, we just have to find x minus a. That is why we will not get a particular pattern, so we have to subtract each and every number and get the answer. So 43 minus 45 is minus 42, 45 minus 45 is 0, 46 minus 45 is 1, 48 minus 45 is 4, and 50 minus 45 is 5. So we got your d ka value. In that case, what additional thing we have found was t, and then we have multiplied f into t. Here what additional we have found? D. So we multiply f into d. So f d. 14 into minus 5 is minus 70, minus 112, minus 76, 0, 40, 80, and 50. So again we find sigma f d and sigma f. Sigma f will be your sigma f is how much? 200 after adding this, and here sigma f will be minus 88. Now the formula for the mean will be sigma, assume mean plus sigma FD upon sigma F. What is your assume mean? 45 plus what is your sigma FD? 88 upon 200. So 200s are 244s are. Now further obviously not cancel because you have 0 in the denominator. So simple 44 plus into minus is minus 0.44, that is 56 is the answer. 44.56 is the answer. So here's what they have asked. Correct to 1 decimal. So obviously, if you can see over here, the second decimal is more than 5. So obviously, if I remove this, this is why 1 to 44.6 is the answer for the mean of 15 sum. Now, students over here, we have done direct method. We have done step deviation method. And the shortcut method. In direct method, simply you have to find first your sigma fx and sigma f, and simple x bar is sigma fx upon sigma f. Here, first you have to find t, that is x minus a upon I, where A stands for your assumed mean, I stands for your common gap, class interval, or you can say the common difference between two consecutive observation. Students, this is the case for the ungrouped data. Common difference you have to find between the two consecutive observations, case for your ungrouped data. And then your formula for the x bar is A plus sigma FD FT upon sigma f into I, and here also first we have to assume and then we have to find, here we have found t, here we have to find what d, which is x minus a, and then the formula is for the x bar assume mean plus sigma fd upon sigma f. Here obviously sigma ft, that is to multiply f into t, and here sigma ft, that is f into d, and these are the three formulas for your mean method. Question number 3 now. Exercise B, exercise 24B, students. We have finished 24A. 24B also is same to same. Only in 24A we had data which was raw data or ungrouped data. Now here in this question, exercise B, again you have to find mean only. While same method, direct method, assume method and step deviation method, but instead of raw data, instead of ungrouped data, they have given over here is what group data. So everything same, just here what we have is what a group data. So if you remember, I have told you earlier also, whenever there is a group data, here how we have taken x as observation, here observation is what 30 to 40, that means we do not have a particular number. So for that, first when you have a group, your class data, you have to first find your x. And how to find the x I have shown you earlier also. The x means over here is your midpoint, which you can find by lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So what is the lower limit, students, over here? 30, upper limit is 40 upon 2, that is 70 upon 2 is 35. So first is your 35. Okay. Second, 40 plus 50, 90. 90 upon 2 is 45. Now can you see the gap is 10? Why the gap is 10? Because here also, with a lower limit and upper limit, the gap is throughout 10. That means here, in even if you don't calculate, it's okay. You can just find over here the gap of what? 10, 10. That means after this 45, the gap of 10 will be how much? 55, 65, 75, 85 and 95. This is how you got your x. Okay, this definitely will be a part of your observation. Now here they have asked us to find the mean using shortcut method. That means here we have to find using shortcut and step deviation both. Remember students, methods are different, but what we are finding is what? Common mean. That means either use your shortcut, step deviation or direct. If the sum is same, your answer has to be same. So first we'll just start with the shortcut method. For shortcut method, I have told you that you have to assume certain thing, which is the mid value from the observation. So now the observation for us is what? X. The mid value will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, it will be a fourth value, which is your assumed mean. That means your assumed mean now is your 65. What are we finding now? First is your shortcut method. We are using shortcut method for which we will first find d, which is x minus a. What is your x? 35. What is your a? 65. 35 minus 65 is minus 30. 45 minus 65 is minus 20. 55 minus 65 is minus 10. 65 minus 65 is 0. 75 minus 65 is 10. 85 minus 65 is 20. And now it's 30. So you got your d. So I've told you now what additional thing we have found is what? D. So first I have to find now FD. This is number is your F and this is your D. So F into D. 10 into minus 30. 12 into minus 20. 14 into minus 10. 12 into 0. 9 into 10. 7 into 20. And then 6 into 30. We give you sigma FD. So here first what are we doing is your shortcut method. The formula for which I have told you x bar is assume mean plus sigma FD upon sigma F. So now we'll just see assume mean is available. Sigma FD will find over here and sigma F is here. So sigma F is your 26, 36, 36, 48, 48, 54, 54, 63 and 70. Okay, sigma F is available. Sigma FD is minus. So now assume it is how much? For 65 plus sigma FD is minus 270 upon your 70. So students over here 65 plus into minus is minus 27 upon 7. I have told you earlier also don't take LCM. First just divide 27 by 7 and up to how many decimals? 3. Round up to 2 decimals. Now the answer is 3.857, which are round off 2 decimals. Third decimal is more than 5. 3.86. This first we have finished shortcut. Now the same thing with the step deviation. For step deviation, what's the additional thing we have to find is t. Same, assume it is 65. Now instead of what? D, we'll find t, which is x minus a upon I. What is your I over here, students? Obviously there it was what? The ungrouped data. And for the ungrouped data, what I have told you, you have to take a gap of 2 consecutive observations. Right? Same thing now, my observations over here, what students this? Now observation over here, the gap is how much students? 10. So obviously my I is 10. Now what is your x? 35. What is your a? 65. And I is 10. 35 minus 65. Can you see x minus a, students? I have already found x minus a. Divide by I. That means this same thing I have divided by 10. So minus 30 divided by 10 is how much, students? Minus 3. Minus 20 divided by 10 is how much? Minus 2. Minus 1. 0, 1, 2 and 3. So now additional thing what you found was t. Again you find ft. What is the f here? What is the t here? So 10 into minus 3 is minus 30. 12 into minus 2 is minus 24. 14 into minus 1 is minus 14. Anything into 0 is 0. 9 into 1 is 9. 14 and 18. Okay, now sigma ft. 32 and 9, 41 minus this is minus 27. So now second method, the step deviation method. X bar is assumed plus sigma f t upon sigma f into I. What is assuming? 65 plus sigma ft is minus 27 upon sigma, this is 70, that is sigma f, into your I is 10. 65 plus into minus, again 27 upon 7, which we got as 3.857. 65.3.86, 61.14 is your X bar. So here we have done the same sum with two methods, shortcut and step deviation. In case if I had to use direct method, then simple, f into x and a sigma fx. Here fx for what? Direct. For assume fd and for step deviation ft. Rest everything is same. And formulas also I have given that what we have to use the shortcut and the step deviation method. With this we have finished exercise 24a. Question number 5. The mean of the following distribution is, mean means x bar is 21 1 upon 7. Students over here, I have done question number 3rd and now I am doing 5th. Each and every sum is same. Just the data will be different, but the method is same. Here now they have not mentioned any method. So when they have not mentioned, I have told you that I will definitely go for which method? Direct method. So over here we have definitely f may one thing missing. We have done the same thing exercise here also. That is actually what students? Missing frequency or missing observation. Now here, as I have told you, whenever you have a class interval, so obviously the first thing you will find is what? Your x, which is nothing but observation only. So now here 0 plus 10, that is lower plus upper divided by 2. So 0 plus 10 is how much? 10. 10 divided by 2 is how much? 5. 10 plus 20, 30. 30 divided by 2 is how much, students? 15. Now you can see over here the gap is how much? 10. So throughout now 10th gap you can take 25, 35 and 45. Now what we will do is we will find fx. So 8 5 is 40. 22 into 15 is 330. 31 into 25 is 775, 35f and 90. So now we have got your sigma fx and also sigma f. Here there will be only one value because only one thing we have to find, that is only one thing is missing. That is why there will be only x bar. Now what is this? 30, 61, 63 plus f. Now fx will be, if we add this, will be 1, 2, 3, 5 plus 35f. Now your x bar was how much? 21 1 upon 7, which is 148 upon 7. The formula x bar is sigma f x upon sigma f. So sigma fx is how much, students? 1 2 3 5 plus 35f upon sigma f is 63 plus f, and that is 148 upon 7. Now cross multiply. So 148 into 63 plus f equals to 7 into 1235 plus 35f. Now this is, if we multiply you get 9324 plus 148f equals to plus 245f. Now 9324 minus 8645 equals to 245f minus 148f. That is 97f, and this will be 679 upon 97. Hence your f is 7. So question number 5th also done. Now students, question number 7th, I will not solve the entire sum. I will just give an idea. Here they have given us a histogram. Okay, and everything else is same. The only thing is they are not in tabular form but in a graphical form. So first of all, what are class intervals? Class interval of CI. So it is 15 to 25, then 25 to 35, 35 to 45, 45 to 55, till 65. Okay. And now from the graph you can just get the value of f also, which is on the y-axis. So here first you can see it's 10, then it's 20, 25. Then 15 and last is 5. Students, now you can see first obviously when it's a class interval find x always. 15 plus 25, that is 40. 40 upon 2 is how much? 20. So now what's the gap? 10 ka gap. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Now similar way fx and you can get the answer. Sigma fx upon sigma f. So with this you can find your you can solve this having sum also. This is the last question I am solving from this particular exercise. Mark it very important. Right now before this I have done question number 5th also, where I have showed you, I have done question number 5th where I have showed you that we have to find single Bessel frequency. So when single Bessel frequency was there, only one data was available. Now here the same thing, there is a what Bessel frequency, but instead of one there are two Bessel frequency. I have told earlier also, if they ask two things, they will give us two things. You can just check in the question they have given us. The mean is 62.8 and the sum of all the frequencies 62.8 and sum of all the frequencies with sigma f is 50. So now students are same to same. There is no change. We will be doing your direct method only. So first we will find your x. Whenever there is a word class, we have to first find x. 0 lower plus upper, that is how much? 0 plus 20 divided by 2 is 10. Now what is the gap, students? 20 ka gap. So obviously you can take a 20 ka gap over here. You will take a 20 ka gap and then get your x. Now fx 5 tens are 50, 30, f1 500, 70 f2, 630 and 880. Now your sigma fx and your sigma f 5, 15, 20, 30 plus and here 550, 1480, 1510, 1510, 1560, 1560 and 2060 plus 30 f1 plus 70 f2. So now obviously as for the first condition sigma f is available, so sigma f is 30 plus f1 plus f2, that is 50 equals to 30 plus f1 plus f2. 50 minus 30 is f1 plus f2, so your f1 plus f2 is 20. So now we have got first equation. Now second equation, x bar is sigma fx upon sigma f. Sigma fx is 2060 plus 2060 plus 30 f1 plus 70 f2. Instead of sigma f, students, I will not write this after earlier also. We write the value which is available as 50 and this is 62.8. So when I remove the decimal, I will get upon 10 into 50 equals to 2060 plus 30 f1 plus 70 f2. This is 3140 minus 2060 equals to, now I can take 10 as common. So what is left? 3f1 plus 7f2. Now when I subtract this, I will get the answer as 1080 upon 10 is 3f1 plus 7f2. So equation 2 is also available. What is the equation 1? f1 plus f2 is 20 and the equation 2 is 3f1 plus 7f2 equals 108. Now obviously I will multiply equation 1 by 3. So if I multiply equation 1 by 3, I'll get 3f1 plus 3f2. Why I multiply by 3 students over here? I hope everyone knows. Because you have to make any one ka coefficient same. So the lowest is 3. So I multiply this by 3, so I'll get 3f1. And now this will be named as equation number 3. The second equation is 3f1 plus 7f2 is 108. Subtraction. This will get cancelled. Plus 3f2 minus 7f2 is minus 4f2 is minus 48. So f2 will be 12. Now put f2, which is smallest equation, students. We can see the smallest is your one number equation. First equation. So f1 plus f2 is 20. f1 plus f2 is 12. So f1 is 8. And hence f1 is 8. The missing frequencies is 8 and 12. Done. We have finished exercise 24A and B. Now, the later part of chapter we'll do when we'll resume our classes. Thank you.